Welcome to Global Insiders Podcast. I am Ryan, the peripatetic one, bringing you information about opportunities relating to jobs, traveling, and any information that can elevate you to your rightful place in this thing called life. You can find more information and how to methods on globalinsidersgroup.com. That is insiders with an S. And here is today's show. Hello, insiders. Today I am very elated because I'm here celebrating with Miss Melissa McIntosh, who recently graduated from Rutgers University along with her twin sister. I really hope you will share in the good times as we have a conversation about college life in the United States. Hello and welcome to the show, Melissa.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Please introduce yourself to the insiders.
Well, my name is Melissa. I recently just graduated Rutgers University with my Bachelor's of Science in Healthcare Administration.
Okay, nice. That sounds so good. Let me congratulate you again for graduating from university. Because believe it or not, believe it or not, many persons drop out over the years. And though we hear about persons such as Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg doing well after dropping out, I can assure you, like most of who drop out do not end up on that who is who list. So congratulations again. And if you have any doubt, I can assure you that it is a life-changing thing. And the world is basically your oyster.
Definitely.
If you could use one word to describe your university experience, what would that word be?
When I look at my Rutgers career, if it's one word that I could definitely use to describe my experience, it would be remarkable.
Yes. And why is that?
I just feel like, being at Rutgers for 3 years that I was at, I learned a lot about myself. I've grown a lot. I've met amazing people. I've made connections. I was able to reach out to other people, meet new people. I feel like my experience as a whole was just remarkable. It was a remarkable experience, something that I kind of wish I can go back and do all over again if I could.
Okay. So, what about high school? Were you very active at high school? Did you participate in a lot of things? Okay, so
yes, yeah.
Maybe president of something or something like that.
Yeah, back in high school, I was involved in student council. I was on the senior class board. Me and my twin sister, actually, from our junior and senior year in high school, we both served as president and vice president of our school Z Club. And Z Club is a community service organization that was basically at the high school for a good amount of years that my advisor was there teaching. And we did a whole ton of community service projects from, working with, we were doing elderly crafts with people at the tender home, old people.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, we also made Christmas stockings for kids who, wouldn't have a fortunate Christmas. We did a whole ton of things. When it was Dr. Seuss Day, we also went to elementary schools and read with the kids. So, all those experiences, I carried on with me throughout my college career. After I left high school, I went to community college and I was also on e-board for International Club and I was representing Jamaica hard for that. And then came to Rutgers and I was involved in a whole bunch of other things too.
Okay, that sounds really good. What inspires that though? What inspires that need to give service to want to give to volunteer and to give your service like that?
Well, I feel like, everybody has a calling in this world. I feel like everybody has a purpose, for whatever their talent, their passion, whatever their calling may be. I think personally, my calling was more of giving back to the community. I grew to have a thing for community service when I first, was even in 8th grade, It was something that for me was just if I can give back what I have around me in the community, I'm fine. As long as I'm helping out somebody else.
I like that. That's important.
Out somebody else. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you for that. What did you study? What did you study at Rutgers University?
Yeah, so Rutgers, I studied healthcare administration.
Yes.
And I also did a minor in digital communication, information, and media.
Okay.
And basically, what healthcare administration is it's more of a broader field. You can do a lot with that major. You can work with insurance, billing, policies. Somewhere in that route. You're not necessarily working hands-on with patients. You could, but it's more of like a clerical type of more like if you want to go into project management or you wanted to look into like hospital management or manage a group of people or something like that or run your own hospital or nursing home, you can do that. So it's more more of the techie stuff you want to do hands-on more.
Okay. Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. It definitely boosted my public speaking skills. It allowed me to challenge myself and discover new things that, new talents that I didn't even think I would have. Rutgers really did mold me for the work field a lot.
I like that. What about expectations going into the program? Did you have any expectations when you were heading in, when you were going to start your studies?
The crazy thing about it is, at my community college, I majored in journalism, and I got my associate's degree in journalism. So, prior to me transferring off to Rutgers, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, I'm going to go to Rutgers and continue into journalism. With the amount of medical professionals in my family, I basically changed my way of thinking, and I went into healthcare administration. So, some of the expectations that I had with going into that program was just, okay, what is the next step from here? What am I going to do with this? Where do I want to take this career after I'm done at Rutgers? What exactly do I want to get into with healthcare administration? And, as I went through all my courses and I did like my presentations, my internship, stuff like that, I began to figure it out. So I was just expecting, where do I see myself in this field when I'm done doing it? When I'm done my program requirements.
Okay. And you're feeling comfortable with that based on what you have been saying so far?
Yes.
All right. So, some persons are jaded. Many find this way of life to be a bit boring and inefficient towards going towards their goals. What is your thought on that?
I feel like it just depends on how ambitious you are. Personally, I'm someone that I enjoy school. I love learning. I sound crazy, but I love studying. I love, typing up papers like that. I love stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's never a limit to how much you can learn in this world. There's never a limit. There's never a limit to knowledge. So the more knowledge you can obtain about something, the more educated you are to educate someone else on that topic. You know what I mean?
I definitely share.
Yeah.
Yeah, I share that thought too. Life is about learning, and you should try to learn something each day. And if the truth is, if you're not using your mind, if you're not constantly working your brain, you will become slower, and you don't want that.
Exactly.
So definitely you should always continue to improve and to work hard. And as you said, it's about ambition. Next.
That's it.
Yes. What was difficult for you and what was easy? Challenges. I'm sure you must have had some sort of challenge there at university. Whether it be studying or something of that sort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like when it comes to the university level of work, definitely have to apply yourself. And it's one of those situations where you just have to really just push yourself, motivate yourself. You know what I mean? It's going to be, there were times where I definitely, had some rough days. I was stressed out some days, but I think the thing that kept me going the most was because I had a goal at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, you have to picture yourself walking across that stage and knowing that everything that you're doing now is going to pay off, definitely in the long run. There were times where, I had a busy schedule with all my extracurriculars and my academics, and I had some weeks where it was just like prioritizing, making sure I had this done, I had that assignment done. I was at this meeting on time, I was doing this meeting on time. So, those were some challenges that I had, but they definitely build me up, to prepare me for anything else that I may encounter after life. Not after life, but after college,
Yeah, after college life, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you touched on extracurricular activities. What did you manage to do, or what did you do as a student?
Yes. So at Rutgers, with it being such a very big university, I definitely was that one student that when I came to Rutgers, I wanted to take advantage of every single resource, everything that they had to offer. I tried to snatch it right up. I applied to everything. And some of the few activities that I was involved in, I was a resident assistant for 2 years at my school. I also volunteered to do Scarlet Day of Service. I went around the neighborhood in my city and was promoting like a health and wellness app to people on the streets that would walk by and ask me what I was doing. I would tell them about it. I'm also involved in Collegiate 100, which is basically an organization that we help to mentor young African American students. So within that organization, I would go to high schools in the area and I would mentor to, high school sophomores, juniors, and seniors and talk to them about self-esteem, responsibility, looking forward to the transition from your senior year to your college years, things like that. I try to keep a well balance of extracurriculars while also, being a full-time student.
Wow, so sounds amazing. I mean, I keep seeing this this thing where you're committed to volunteerism and you're serving. I mean, it's impressive. It really is. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I mean, so I can't talk about university without talking about costs. How was this for you?
Right.
Did you pay in one go? What do you think about the cost?
Yeah. I definitely think it depends on, the amount of financial aid that you get. Personally, I didn't worry too much about that because, I was also a resident assistant on campus too. So you also do get some perks from also, also being in that position. I also think too, Rutgers, their tuition, it depends on if you're in-state or an out-of-state student as well, So
Yes.
I definitely think that applying for scholarships and grants and stuff like that, seeing what you qualify for can also help you out as well. So I always tell people, start strong senior year of high school because, start strong your freshman year of high school. And by the time your senior year comes, you know what I mean? You have schools looking at you. You have, people wanting to offer you things, scholarships you should be applying for that you probably qualify for, things like that. It will make your college financial situation a lot more easier.
I like that advice. So you're saying don't wait until the time when you are going to go to university or college. Just start from day one, high school, and work hard and try to get everything lined up. So when it's time to go to university, you'll have options. I like that. That is really good. That is really good advice for the young ones. So what other advice would you give to friends who are having doubts about going to college?
Well, I personally had a friend who had doubts about, continuing their studies in school. And my advice to anybody, whether you're a stranger, you're someone that I personally know, just always make sure that, always make sure you see the light at the end of the tunnel in whatever you do, but also never limit yourself to anything. Never think less of yourself. Never tell yourself that you can't do it. You don't know if you'll finish. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If you have a passion or you have a talent for something, go after it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it is. Everybody has something on this earth that they can help benefit something or someone with. You know what I'm saying? If you doubt yourself, you're not doing something right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I agree.
Sometimes you have to be your own self motivation just to push through in life, just to get to where you need to be.
I think you have to be your own motivator all the time because if you're waiting on others to give you that confidence or that boost, they will also take it away from you. And what will you do then? So definitely you have to motivate yourself. But you keep saying a particular word which really is very helpful. You keep mentioning goals. And
goals, yeah.
Yes, and I think you need to have goals. You have to have an idea of where you want to go. And sometimes some persons, they just don't have that. And what really, you have said many things, but if you could stick a pin, what motivate your goals?
What motivates my goals?
Yes. You have said many things, but I mean, yeah, if you could stick a pin, like put in one word or a sentence.
Oh man, I have to think about that. What motivates my goals?
Yes.
Yeah. I think what motivates my goals is, I mean, that's the thing I stumble on. It's a lot of things that motivate my goals. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think it's just also just having the opportunity to even have an education, to go to school and learn. You know, it like for me, I never saw myself as someone who I wouldn't go far in life. I think that's what motivates my goals, because I've always been someone that I always saw myself, you know, pushing through school, you know, getting my degree, finding a good job, you know, and start building from that. So I think for me, just wanting more in life is what motivates me towards achieving my goals. It's because I always want more, you know?
Yes, yes, definitely. Thank you for that. So on a lighter side, I know you love to travel based on your Instagram account, especially to Jamaica. How did attendance at school affect the ability for you to travel?
I mean, honestly, my college career, when I was at Rutgers, I went to Canada. You know, I would travel a lot more in the summertime when I was home. You know, I didn't really travel too much during the winter or, you know, springtime, because that was more when it was crunch time for school, you know, during the semesters. So it didn't really affect me as much. You know, I've been to Jamaica at least 3 times in my life. And I think the last time I was out there was probably like 2013.
Okay.
You know, so I travel every now and then. I try to adventure, you know, to different places. So, you know, it doesn't really affect my studying or nothing like that. I go when school's out, basically. So,
all right, nice. What about locally? Do you travel locally within the States?
Yeah, definitely. I've been to Florida, DC. I've been there. I've been to Virginia a few times. You know, I've been to a few states just to like check around the place and stuff like that. But yeah.
Okay. So that's a very important thing for you, being able to travel.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you want to see the world? Do you plan on traveling the world?
I do want to travel the world, yes. I kind of want to check out,
Where do you want to check out?
I don't know why it's so random for me to think, but I kind of want to check out Italy, you know? Somebody had asked me about that the other day. I said, I want to go to Italy just to see, you know, what the culture is like over there, you know?
Yes. I mean, it's not that random. I mean, in fact, it's not random at all. Italy is like one of the bucket list countries from maybe everyone. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those places we see all the time on TV, and it's in books, and yeah. So definitely, I'd love to go to Italy also.
Yeah.
All right. So, Melissa, thank you for coming on the show. And if someone would like to continue the conversation with you, how can they do so?
You can follow me on Instagram.
Okay, nice. And what's your
_.
Okay, one more time.
_.
Okay, so that's __ on Instagram. Okay, Melissa, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thanks for listening today. I hope you are inspired. You can find more helpful and motivational material at globalinsidersgroup.com. That is, insiders with an S. You can also keep in touch at Global Insiders on Instagram. See you next time, but remember, you can be your own superhero. Bye.